Alright guys, straight into day 3. I decided to use a page protector that has 3x4 slots, and that is all that is on there, are 4 3x4 slots. Now I thought I was going to bring in kind of the grays and go in that direction. However, I did keep some of the grays, but I added a lot more color than I thought I would add. And I just flipped open to my day 3 page because I actually made changes to it when I started day 4. I just wasn't pleased with it. And on day 4, you'll see what I did, and you can decide if you thought I made a good choice or not. But like I said, I'm doing what I want with this bad boy, so we'll just see what I ended up doing with it, right? Now, I thought about using that little border flip as kind of an extra page in the album, and I decided not to go with that. It just wasn't, it didn't feel right, I guess. I really like the polka dot, but it just didn't feel right. So I'm looking at this, I'm looking at my stickers, I'm trying to figure out what I want to use exactly to tell this story. So a couple years ago, when we first moved to California, we had a lot of Christmas decorations. And I should say, we thought we had a lot of Christmas decorations. However, when we moved to this house, we discovered that we really did not. So we went shopping and we found some gnomes, and I don't know if they're really gnomes or Christmas elves, but I call them gnomes. And we found them and we fell in love with them. So we got a couple. And it's every year after that we've bought another gnome. So, and not on purpose, we have just gone to the store and I've seen one and kind of fell in love with him and brought him home. And this time we found a short and squat gnome, and he's the fattest gnome I've ever seen, and we had to have him. So we got him. And that is the story that I'm telling today, is the holy moly, whoever thought we would be gnome crazy. And it's kind of crazy because it's gnomes, but whatever. Anyway, so these are some ornament stickers, and I'm adding in some of these decorative brads from Echo Park on top of the stickers. And they're kind of like the rhinestones with the silver around them that kind of hold in the brad. I'm just putting them in the center of each of the ornaments. And I did red, green, and white. And I put the green one on top of the main red and the red on top of the green, trying to give it a little bit of pop. And I just really liked the white over top of the silvery gray. So that is why I went with that. It's all about what you like and what makes you happy. So I'm going to go ahead and pop down one of these little red hearts just to bring a touch more color over to this 3x4 card, because the gnome is very red. Everything he's wearing is red. He's red and gray with his big white bushy beard, and he actually is living right now in front of our entertainment center. So I got down on the floor with my Instax and took that picture. Now these are the rub-ons. I think I mentioned them a couple videos ago. They are old rub-ons, and they take a little bit to rub off of the rub-on sheet and onto the paper. But I kept at it because I really like it. I really like the look of it, and decided that, that had to happen. Like, I have scraped that Noel down there and it just wasn't. So I decided to cut it off and really just press down hard, and it finally laid down on the flower, so hooray. And I just needed to make sure I put that flower back down where it kind of nestled around the little red heart. Now, I loved this little joy banner, and I put that over top of this plaid 3x4 card. And that's going to change. You'll see on day 4's video what I did to change it. I didn't start videoing it, but you'll be able to see the difference. I'll talk about it a little bit before I really get into day 4. Now, I really like the gold throughout the album. Goodness. I sounded like choked on that one, huh, Sandy? But no, I really do like the gold throughout the album. I'm making it a point to have gold throughout the album, but the gold that was on this pre-printed card just wasn't working for me. I needed more color up there. So I got these poinsettia stickers and I placed those down with a little label sticker. And these label stickers are generic ones that have come from Michaels, and I just have a bunch of them in my stash. And I just popped down the number 3 right on there, wrote about the gnome, and we couldn't resist this guy, and that we loved him. So he's down there. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, you know what? I want this top card with the joy to be a shaker pocket. And I want to seal it closed with my fuse tool. So I'm going to have to create the back of this card now and seal it closed before I can start on day 4. So no matter what, this card with this decoration is going to be in that spot for day 4. So I'm taking the Spectrum Noir black marker and just blackening the edges of the chipboard ornament, because it does kind of get lost on top of the ornament printed paper. But I decided I was going to emboss it with just some clear embossing powder, and I'm just sitting here and gonna emboss that for you guys. Now, I absolutely adore embossing things. Like, it is just so fun to watch it go from this powdery substance to this smooth and melty goodness, enamel-y like goodness. So I did that with this ornament and placed it down on the page, and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to pop that bad boy back into its page protector. Now, these are some Felicity Jane sequins. I think it might be the only Felicity Jane thing I own.